Welcome into another edition of KSR's Rapid Reaction with Drew Franklin, Jack Pilgrim, and Zach Gagan. And right now we have three words for you. We want Bama. Because Kentucky basketball is hitting its stride at the right time as the SEC season's winding down. Here on the last Saturday in Rupp Arena, Kentucky manhandled Auburn, winning by 32 points, 86-54. It was still a lot of the starting five, even though C.J. Frederick did come back to play some good minutes. But four of the five starters combined for 75 points to do most of the damage and outscore the Tigers by themselves. It was just an absolute whooping from start to finish. Finally, the game we wanted to see out of the Wildcats. Jack, I'll start with you. I mean, we can brag on everybody played so well. Having CJ back helped. Where do you want to start? Who's your talking point right now?
Not even necessarily an individual player, but I just think big picture-wise, we finally got to see a complete 40 minutes for this Wildcat team that I guess when we went into the year, the vision we had of this team after leaving the Bahamas, the preseason expectations, all of the hype and the build-up, this is what this was for. This is why all the frustration was there whenever the South Carolina game happened and the Georgia game happened, is because we knew that this team was capable of this. We knew if everybody just played solid to pretty good, that we could get a performance like this, where you just absolutely shut them down on the defensive end of the floor. And if everybody just puts up, you know, obviously not everybody has to go up 21 points like Antonio Reeves, but if everybody can do just pretty solid, you can put forth a 30, 40-point blowout. And it was just great to see the dreams that we had of this team kind of become reality right at the right time. Once again, a John Calipari coach team is kind of finding its groove going into March. Weird.
Zach, Antonio Reeves was hotter than Bruce Pearl sweating through his pullover there. Also, went no T-shirt under the pullover, it looked like. Bold choice, Bruce. Good to see you.
You noticed that?
Antonio Reeves had a great – I always do a little sweat check, especially Cal. I wanted to see who was winning that battle. We're getting lost here. Antonio Reeves, good to see him making shots. He's hit threes in games so far, but this is one where he really broke out, and you just thought they were going in every time he let it fly.
Yeah, he had 18 of his 21 were in the second half, and he even said in the post-game press conference that once that first one went in, he knew he was hot. Then when the second one went up, he knew it was going in. The third one went up, he knew it was going in. A lot of fast break shots for him, just getting to his spot and just firing at will. And when he's hitting like that, even the floater too, he had his floater on. When he's just hitting like that, it makes Kentucky really just difficult to defend all around. You had guys just, knowing where he was going to be, finding him in his spots, and he really lit him up. So I think that was his seventh, 20-point game is what Mr. Tony Neely said. So 7 20-point games from Antonio Reeves. And when he's playing like that, Kentucky just in general is hard to beat no matter what everyone else on the floor is doing.
He wasn't even leading scorer. Oscar went 8 for 10. Was it last game he was like 10 of 13 or something? Is Oscar
12,
on fire right now?
I think it was 12 of 13 last game, 8 of 10 today. And
all free throws, six free throws?
That was the matchup that I was looking forward to, Janai Broome versus Oscar Tshiebwe. And admittedly, Janai kind of had the upper hand to start things out, and just the way that Oscar found his groove, especially in the second half, really just, I think the turning point of that game was when Janai went down and did the little brother thing to Oscar. And Oscar was like, do you know who I am? Do you understand that I am, you came from Morehead State, you're an OVC kid, and I'm Oscar Tshiebwe, reigning National Player of the Year? And then the roles went the way we expected them to, where Janai was okay, but Oscar just absolutely dominated the competition and really just kind of set the tone. Janai has not gone against the physicality and the toughness of somebody like Oscar Tshiebwe. That matchup has not happened yet, so that was definitely one that I was looking forward to. And after a very slow start, admittedly, Oscar definitely found his groove and did that to little Janai.
The OVC All-Stars coming in here talking a lot of noise. KD Johnson will talk trash. They could be down 1,000, and if my man hits a free throw, he's letting the crowd know about it. Not a big fan of him, but I'm a big fan of Cason Wallace. He had a big game. 19 points of him, 9 assists. Jacob Toppin, reading off the fly here, another double-double, 13 and 12 for him. Now 12 straight games, 5 assists, 12 straight game in double figures for him. I don't think we're talking enough about Jacob Toppin's role and how they've turned this around. Obviously, Livingston's been playing well recently, but the scoring Jacob Toppin has done consistently since getting out of that funk earlier in the season. He's been amazing.
Yeah, Cal continues to preach. It's now 2 games in a row where he says there's 2 different versions of Jacob Toppin. There's the one that's the best player in the country, or one of the best players in the country, and there's the other one, which is, just kind of moseys around and kind of, Cal even said when he gets, kind of gets knocked down, it's like, are you hurt or do you want to keep playing, type thing. But when he's out there, flying in for rebounds. It's like, I think he's a good 3-point shooter at this point. Yeah. Can we officially say that Jacob Toppin is a good
1 for 1 today?
1 for 1. He's at 50%, maybe slightly over 50% for the SEC now. So he's got a lot of confidence. He's almost getting to the point where I hate when he pump fakes from 3 because I just want him to shoot, but he knows how to get to his spots now. He's just playing with a lot of confidence, fighting all those rebounds out of Oscar's hands, even battling with Chris now too. So you just got a lot of guys that are hustling really hard, and that's also a testament to Chris as well, because he's been doing really well in terms of just playing as hard as he can. Adu was another guy who did that today as well. But I wish I had the blind confidence that KD Johnson does. That's I think what we can all take away from this performance.
Does he know they didn't win? Because the way he acts like he's the one up 30.
I am so glad that KD Johnson and Wendell Green are not Kentucky's point guards. We'll just leave it at that.
Jack, what else we got to talk about? That threw me off.
I can talk about KD Johnson forever.
How about the significance, even though he didn't play a lot of minutes, C.J. Frederick, just being able to spell those guys. Calipari led off his press conference talking about the
first words that came out of John Calipari's mouth, C.J. Frederick. I think that means something. 6 minutes, and it wasn't even about what CJ did on the floor. It was more so just his ability to let guys that have been playing 40-ish minutes a game kind of get breathers. And Cason wasn't that guy, because Cason continues to play. I think he had 37 tonight.
Minutes.
So he's going to need a break at some point, and I am concerned just because of the history with back spasms and how those can flare up at any moment. That does concern me. We got to figure out a way to get him a breather. So I do appreciate that Adu Thiero did come in and play hard and do some, continue to do Adu Thiero things. But yeah, CJ just comes in, he spaces for. I thought he looked okay, just running around and didn't look like he was grimacing. He is actively playing through a cracked rib right now. So the initial diagnosis was a 6 to 8 week timetable for return. Had he just sat out and let the rib heal completely, that was obviously not going to happen, because that'd be the end of the season. So for him to come back and actively play through this injury, he's toughing it out, playing. I was told that he was like barely getting any sleep, like it was keeping him up at night, hard to breathe, struggling to breathe. So the fact the fact that he came back and he's fighting through and is helping his team just let everybody else get some a breather, much needed for this team.
So Cal bragged on him. Cal also took a shot at the local media this time. Usually he just takes a shot at the media and we assume it's at us. This time he said the local media, so unless he's talking about Larry Vaught or one of the other websites and programs, I think he took a shot at KSR. That's all right, Cal. I got bazooka holes in me. I'm just glad we're winning. Other fun notes from this night. I felt like a lot of things were going on. There was a proposal in the second half. That was cool. She said yes. Big news. Lynn Bowden was here doing L's down on the screen. And then UK dance team brought out a guy.
America's Got Talent.
In a game where Kentucky won by 32 and Antonio Reeves just kept throwing in threes, did that dude get the biggest pop of the day when he did the splits?
I think so. He did the splits twice.
Yeah, I think that's the loudest Rupp Arena got.
I was very impressed. We also had the Daredevil guy out there stacking chairs.
How can I forget him?
He's got to be 97 years old at least, stacking those chairs up there, and he's still. You get a little worried, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I get a little worried each time I see him here each year, but he killed it. He killed it just like Kentucky went out there.
What happens?
What do you mean what happens?
Just
if he falls?
Okay, let's just say it. We all thought there's a chance, right?
At what point
is he going
to hang up his leotard and say, my time has come? Is that what it's going to take?
I think they mop him off the floor in his final halftime show. I got to tell you, listen, it's very impressive, sir. I'm not downplaying it, but it's
incredible.
almost not fun because it's just so
concerning
uncomfortable watching it.
Yes.
Like, are we about to have a dead body here in Rupp Arena? But very cool. Hopefully we can show you.
That wasn't on the Auburn bench.
Steven, do you have capabilities to show them so we're not crazy people? This old guy was just climbing chairs, looking like me, trying to get up there to put Deron Lamb's jersey in the rafters. He was up there so high. Everyone here thought he was going to die. Awesome job by him. He didn't die. That's huge news. So we got a yes on the proposal. That guy didn't die. Kentucky won by 32. Anything else we want to brag on?
Shot 56% from the field. Kentucky did. Probably the best defensive performance that second half they've had all season. Oscar had the quietest 22 and 17 that we'll probably see from him.
One more bone to pick. We got all the walk-ons except Grant Derbyshire. What the hell? Grant Derbyshire got up to the scorer's table and then got pulled back to leave Damian Collins in, and I think we got Walker.
We have to play Damian Collins.
Yeah, did
you have to play him?
He said I got to start playing Grant Derbyshire more.
You have to play
I forgot
Damian.
he was there. Remind me next game to start.
Did he say that?
Yeah, said I need someone to remind me to start playing Grant Derbyshire more.
I don't disagree.
No,
what the hell? Why is he the only guy and a 14 people played today, but the 15 just couldn't make it happen?
Grant,
Brandon Canada was the first one in
rooting
the
for
scholarship. Brandon Canada was the first former walk-on, I guess now, that was in the game.
Senior day coming up.
It was nice that it's the second to last game in Rupp Arena, and we finally got the victory cigars. Early in Cal's career, it was just a normal thing to see the walk-on, so I'm glad Walker Horn got his shot. And
Walker Horn was in the pick and roll, working it. He was dissecting the defense. Like he was making KD Johnson look well.
But
let's
respectfully, you could too.
Yeah. You want to try?
Let's set up you versus KD Johnson.
Coming next rapid reaction. Me and Jack go one-on-one out here.
No, we were talking about KD Johnson.
Do y'all want to get KD? He's probably right over there.
No, that's too. We need a real competition out here. Put Jack Pilgrim in front of me.
Well, there will be another real competition right here on this floor Wednesday night when Vanderbilt comes to town. I'm telling you all, don't sleep on Vanderbilt. Kentucky should win. They're playing pretty well right now, so we have that one being senior night. I guess we'll say goodbye to some of our favorites, including Oscar Tshiebwe. Do you have a prediction on who all goes through? I know Lance name dropped a few guys earlier in the week.
Oscar was talking about it in the post-game press conference, like he's definitely going through
I say they all will, all seniors. I think there's 6 seniors that are going to be able to walk through, and I think because Davion Mintz walked twice, so I think it'll be that everybody will get their time to receive some roses, and maybe they'll get a second batch of roses next year. Fingers crossed. Like Antonio Reeves, CJ Frederick, love to have them back, but I think they deserve their time in the spotlight on Wednesday.
Well, they'll at least be back Wednesday to play Vanderbilt. Then it's off to Arkansas, another team that's hot right now with Nick Smith finally deciding to play. Zach's going. He's excited. Going to hit up Fayetteville, do all the fun things
Send me Rex. Send me the Fayetteville Rex.
Get on KS board. You should do that.
Ooh,
and then
$10
give
till
him
August
some Rex.
31st.
You should also hit subscribe. You should comment. Do all those things people do on YouTube. I'm still learning how this works. But last week, I asked you to get us to 18,000, and you did, like instantly. So let's go to 19,000. Let's just push this bad baby up, see what we can do. But for right now, I'm signing off with Jack and Zach. That's so confusing.
Yikes.
Kentucky wins big by 32, beats Auburn, and they're going to finish this season strong. We'll see you later. Go Cats.